There is a saying, maybe more of a superstition, really, that bad things happen in threes. I don't know if that's true, or if it just feels true because we notice patterns of threes. But I do know that in the hours leading up to his death, Jesus seemed to face bad things that were coming in threes. For example, his best friend, Peter, who had traveled with him, who had eaten with him, who had broken bread with him, who had prayed with him, who had been by his side and promised to stay by his side forever, denied Jesus 3 times, saying, "I don't know him, I've never met him, I have nothing to do with him." Likewise, Pontius Pilate tried 3 times to set Jesus free. Pilate believed that Jesus was innocent and wanted him to be released, and yet 3 times the religious leaders, the crowds, shouted, "Crucify him," and insisted that Jesus be put to death. And then as Jesus hung on the cross, dehydrated and in agony, people shouted at him 3 times to save himself. First, it was hecklers in the crowd mocking him, saying, "If you are the Messiah, save yourself." Then it was the Roman soldiers who put the inscription over his head and said, "If you are the King of the Jews, as you claim, save yourself." Finally, it was one of the criminals hanging on the cross beside him who taunted Jesus, saying, "If you are the Son of God, save yourself and us." 3 times, they told Jesus that if he was who he said he was, if he was the Messiah, if he was the King of the Jews, if he was the Son of God, he should prove it. Set himself free. Show the power of God that you have, big man. Free yourself. And he could have. We know he could have. Because he showed throughout his ministry that he had the power to free people from all kinds of terrible circumstances. He stood with the woman who'd been caught in adultery, and he freed her. Freed her from her past, freed her from the judgment of her neighbors, freed her from punishment and from shame. He turned water into wine, and he fed the 5,000 on the hillside, and he freed them from hunger and thirst. He calmed the storm, and he freed his disciples from danger and from fear. He healed countless people of physical ailments and demons, setting all of them free from pain and alienation. We know he had the power. He could have freed himself. And yet he did not come to show off his power and to free himself. He came to show God's love and to free creation. And so Jesus resisted the temptation that those 3 taunts represented. He resisted the temptation to show his power and save himself so that he could show the love of God and save all of us. He didn't free himself from the Roman authorities that day. Instead, he freed us from the power of sin. He didn't free himself from the pain of crucifixion. Instead, he freed us from the pain of separation from God. He didn't save himself from death. Instead, he saved us from death's finality. Jesus didn't free himself on Friday. He waited so that on Sunday he could free us to have life abundant and eternal in his kingdom. Thanks be to God.